Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, guys. Welcome to this Saturday evening stream on Not Toys Action Figures. Thank you to Leo and Rafi, my beautiful assistants, for helping me out there and holding up the cards. The stream is going to start soon, and yeah, if you want to have, if you want me to open up the Megazord or the Dragonzord first, make sure you put that in the chat which one you want to see me open first. But before that, yeah, let's have a look at these figures again because, yeah, these guys. They are some nice looking figures. Rafi's got a little bit of light on him from my light behind the camera, but man, these figures very nice. If you haven't picked them up already or you haven't seen them already, there's a review on the channel. They're really cheap. I think in the US they're like $10, but they just have so many cool things for the price. They have quite a lot of articulation. You can see the weapons, you can see the sculpts on Rafi, you can see the sculpt on Leo. Really nice looking figures, and yeah, they got me really hyped for the movie. I think the movie's out. It came out on Tuesday here in Austria, and these guys look great. I have some more on the way because people seem to really like the review. I have Bebop and Rocksteady coming next week. I think Rocksteady comes on Monday, so probably the review on Monday will be of him, and then Bebop will be later on in the week. But yeah, they're really nice figures. So yeah, guys, how is your Saturday evening going? Mine's, well, it might be Saturday morning if you're in the US, I suppose, or early Saturday afternoon. Here in Austria, it's been very, very rainy. But it's been a good day because the rain, I had nothing to do. It's been raining. It meant I could stay inside. And I played a lot of Final Fantasy 16 today, which was nice because I haven't been able to play it for a while. And yeah, I managed to kind of plow through a lot of it. Really enjoying the game. Don't know if anyone is a gamer, but yeah, if you want like a long fantasy kind of RPG with a great story, like if you're a fan of Game of Thrones or anything like that, then I highly suggest picking up Final Fantasy 16. It's very long, but it is definitely worth it because the story is great. So yeah, most of my day was playing that, and then also kind of setting up for the stream. It's my second stream on YouTube, which is quite interesting because I'm pretty sure last time I used my phone, but this time I tried to use my phone because I have a new phone. Maybe you've noticed it in some of the newer reviews that the image quality is a lot higher because it's I'm recording the videos now in 4K, but still uploading them in 1080 because to render them on my old Mac in 4K would take forever. But I hope you're noticing a difference in the quality because yeah, it's a nice phone. It's a OnePlus 11 5G, I think, or 11 plus 5G or something like that. Yeah, so what I hope to do was to stream on that as well because then I would have a nice image. Apparently, I don't meet the requirements set by YouTube to stream mobily, which I think is quite interesting. So I have an old webcam set up here. So sorry if it looks a little bit like if the quality's not there over the stream. I'm kind of watching it on my phone at the same time, and it seems okay. I hope my internet is living up to it as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the first stream I did was on my phone, so there must be a recent change in that respect, which is a little bit annoying because I would have liked to do it on my phone. But yeah, so let's start. And I think we should probably just start with the Megazord because that is a classic one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove Leo and Rafi from the table, and yeah, probably the Dragonzord now, so we have a bit more space. Also, the white tack here that I was using to prop Rafi up and then get you a little bit of a better shot of this construction kit. So yes, like I said, this is definitely not Lego. Do not get it confused with Lego, even though it is compatible with other brands. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's a strange thing, Lego doesn't have a Power Rangers line. Because I mean, I guess the Power Rangers aren't as popular as they were in the 90s. And I'm sure if Lego was as popular as it is now and had so many kind of IPs intertwined with it, there would have been a licensed Lego Power Rangers set back then. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cool to see these third parties making them. It's also quite interesting because it's very hard to find out who this third party is. But it says down there, Forever Clever. based in the UK, which is quite interesting. And here you can see the set. We get the Red Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and we get the Megazord. And there are other sets. I've seen some other people build the bikes. The bikes look cool, and you can see here you can get the kind of Zord separately as well, which is also quite cool. But I think I bought these last Christmas. They were on like a Christmas sale. And I thought, yeah, I'll pick them up because they were quite cheap. And then kind of forgot about them and was like, yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with them. So I was kind of thinking like, I want to get into streaming because as the kind of title of the stream shows or says, I really want to push towards. Firstly, it was 350, but I had a YouTube short today with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that got a few thousand views. So I got like a few more subscribers from that. So we're at, I think 348 as we stream now. We'd still love to get to 350. But yeah, maybe we can get to 370 as well if a few people join the stream. And yeah, if you do join the stream and you are in the stream and you're enjoying it and you like kind of action figure content, Power Ranger content, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content, then I would encourage you to subscribe. But yeah, without further ado, I guess we should start getting this out of the box. And of course, I don't have my Stanley knife here to open the box, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to try and rip this sellotape with a pen. And, we had an interesting conversation the other day at work. What is sellotape or tape called in your country? Because in the UK, it's called sellotape, which is a brand. In Austria, it's called Tixo, which is a brand of tape. And I'm wondering if that's like a thing all over the world, if sellotape is called, or tape is called by its brand name wherever you are. So, yeah, let me know where you're from and what you call sellotape in your country in the chat, because I'm really interested to know. Or if you're watching this video later on, make sure you leave a comment and let me know. So, sorry if this is a bit loud. Okay, so what we have is a cardboard tray, which I guess we're used to seeing in the Lightning collection now. And the figure has 280 pieces. And I was kind of thinking, I haven't built Lego in such a long time. And I was kind of thinking, like, is 280 a lot? It sounds like a lot. But then, yeah, looking at the figure itself on the box, the figure doesn't look that massive. So, but yeah, looking at these boxes, you can see in here, in these bags, here is the minifigure. Looking at the head, I was wondering if the head had the faces printed on it, but it doesn't look like it does. So that's a little bit of a shame. But obviously, you can see in the helmets there. And but yeah, I guess what's kind of cool is here's the instructions. What's cool is we get some nice decals that I'm probably going to stick on wonky later on. But you can see it is an official Hasbro licensed product. So yeah. I guess they couldn't convince Lego to do it, so they went for this other company. Makes me wonder if this other company is a part of Hasbro. That would be interesting to know. So yeah, if we go through the decals, what do we have? We just have the stuff, I guess, that you would expect. All of the famous things from the Mastodon there, from the saber-toothed tiger, from some other parts that I can't quite tell what they are, but it looks very much like the Megazord. You can see the eyes up there as well. So, or maybe you can't because there's glare on the thing, but the eyes are here. But I'm assuming they need to go on at the end. And if we look at the instructions, then what do we have? Okay, the instructions seem to be... Okay. So it looks like they are broken up into sections. So here is the... So here is the first section, I guess, which would be part of the Tyrannosaur Zord, like building up the head, but that can't be right because this blue bit here is something else. So not the clearest of instructions I've ever seen. You can see down here, here is the saber-toothed tiger leg. But where do we start? Is it this part? No. This is quite a conundrum. So this is part of the leg. Like, honestly, I might... here. So here's number one. You should probably start with number one. That is a black piece. It doesn't say what bag we should use. So it isn't like Lego in the sense of like, here is bag 1 with the stuff you need for the first section, and here is bag 2 for the second section. So we're going old school. And I want to just kind of maybe just pivot the camera down just a little bit so you can see the table. There's my hand. And then we can move the lights a little bit so you get a better look at the table, hopefully. And here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do what I did when I was a kid, and I'm going to open all the bags, which might be good, might be bad, let's see. And then I'm going to sort all of the pieces into specific pieces. Then I'm going to start building the Megazord. And whilst I do that, I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. Cheers to anyone else who has a beverage at home. Not sure on YouTube if you're allowed to say that you're drinking an alcoholic beverage. So what I am drinking is just a regular beverage. It definitely doesn't have any alcohol in it. So sorry for the noise. So we will rip this open. Some wheels come out. And there is bag number 1. And yeah, what do you think? Should we just, maybe let's just go through bag 1 by 1. So we have some yellow pieces here. And yeah, I mean, I've never done a Lego stream. Well, I've never done a Lego stream. I used to do on another channel back in the day, like way back in the day. I used to do reviews, like book reviews, and then I would also review just other random stuff that kind of interests me, a bit like I do on this channel, I suppose. And on there, I used to review Lego stuff, but kind of like, I don't know, I kind of fell out of love with Lego a little bit because it started getting so expensive. And yeah, it was like, for me, the fun was always obviously in building it. But then afterwards, I never liked it because it was such like a dust trap. Like Lego just collects dust so quickly. And when I was when I got really into it was when I was in university. So I had like a little bit of money and obviously a lot of time because I was a student. But I would then build all of the stuff and leave it at my mum's house. And then I would go back to uni for like a couple of months. So then when I would come back, everything would just be completely just absolutely caked with dust. And I'd be like, oh, this is hot, like disgusting. And I'd have to like bath it in warm soapy water just to get all of the like horrid dust off it. And then in uni, obviously, I had a little bit of money, and when I needed more money, then the first thing that I would then sell on eBay was my Lego, because Lego kind of, even when it was built, it kind of generally held its value. And I mean, most of the stuff that I had back then, if I'd kept it, it would obviously be even more valuable now. But that's kind of like hindsight, I suppose. With Lego, it's the same thing with action figures, I guess. I keep telling my wife, don't worry, like I know they're expensive, but there's a good chance that maybe like 10% of them might be worth more than I actually paid for them in a few years. So I'm keep telling her my action figures are my child's college fees, hopefully. Like, yeah, definitely, that will definitely work out. But yeah, I don't know if the Lightning Collection stuff I have will pay for my kids' college fees. I mean, we live in Austria, so college is free here. I guess that's more of a saying than me actually meaning it. But yeah, the prices on some stuff are getting high. Like the Green Ranger has always been one that is high value because it's just so sought after. Because I think Green Ranger is people's favorite, and yeah, people always want to have their favorite, especially when new people come into the line to collect. That I know that was it was the second figure I kind of went for, because I think the first one I got was White Ranger, when I think White came out in 2019, and he was like one of the first waves. And to be honest, he was one of the only figures that I actually recognized from that wave. So I only picked up White. And but then after that, when I kind of really got into it, which really got into collecting Lightning Collection, which was like a couple of years later, I was like, all right, I want to get the green. Like green was my aim. And yeah, those were different days. I remember looking for ages. It was like in the middle of COVID, and in Austria there isn't really like a good collector scene, I would say, for Lightning Collection. It's mostly just Black Series and Marvel Legends stuff, and then even then, a lot of that stuff is really, really overpriced, I should say. Because I don't know, people think that just because it's brought in from Germany, like they should add money to it, even though we're in the EU and there are no extra taxes that you have to pay to bring items in from another country. But there's this one shop in Vienna that just has loads of amazing Black Series stuff, like proper rare stuff in it. But everything is just so overpriced. Like some of the stuff, it would be cheaper to probably order from the US and have that actually shipped over and pay taxes on it, and it would be cheaper than this store, which is a little bit of a shame because it would be like a nice hub, I would say, for collectors in Vienna, but it's just so overpriced that like I feel like the only people that buy there are kind of tourists that come to Vienna to or spot it, or like just people that are just kind of like, oh cool, there's Spider-Man in the window, let's go in and have a look, and then they pay €8 for a Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure when you can get it online for 20. Can any of you see this this brick? I feel like I've seen one before, but I don't know where it is now. And I guess this is there. So we have them set out. If you're new to the chat and have only just joined, we are building 1 second this Power Rangers Megazord kits, and I'm doing a very old school thing which I used to do as a kid, and I'm kind of opening up all the bags of not Lego and sorting them out into pieces. Sorry for the noise, because this stuff isn't the bags aren't labeled. Like, here is bag 1, do this first, here's bag 2, do this second. So sorting the stuff out. One thing opening this bag I've noticed is the legs are separate pieces in this stuff, and this, I gotta say, it feels very, very cheap. These legs, they feel very cheap, but they stand, which is nice. So I don't think these two pieces are the same. So like I was saying, I think the Lightning collections there are some rarer pieces, like the Green Ranger, the Blue Zeo Ranger has gotten really expensive recently. I don't know why, but I guess because I remember when that figure first came out, people ripped it apart for the likeness of Rocky. Like, I think people were just like, what who is this person? It looks nothing like Rocky. And then they kind of fixed that with later releases, with the metallic red, and then there was another release, the Ninja one, and then we had like good Rocky likenesses. So I don't know if that's maybe why people were then like, okay, now I want blue because I have a good looking Rocky head put on it. And his weapons came out with the Zeo cogs, so then you had the complete figure finally, like with a good head sculpt, his actual weapons, and the figure itself is really nice. Like, I think the Zeo figures are some of my favorite Lightning Collection figures. They just look so good. How they like have mixed. Well, I mean, the design of the characters, I guess, and the design of the suits obviously play a big role in that. But they they just look so good. Like the detail on them across the chest and on the cuffs and everything where the gold is really nice. And again, just mixing that. Is that the same size? No, it's a separate piece. I'm kind of regretting this decision now. Maybe with the second one, we will open up bags that look like they have the pieces in that we need. But yeah, let's just keep soldiering on. They just look really good, and I guess people just want to finish the team. So because all of the other figures are out now, and so maybe that's why people are now really trying to get hold of Rocky of the Zeo Blue just to finish off the teams, whereas maybe they weren't too concerned about him before because of how his head sculpt looked. But yeah, he's another expensive one. Even the Zeo Green, that one's getting quite expensive. That was my second figure that I ever bought in the Lightning collection, just because green is my favorite color, and also because I couldn't get hold of Mighty Morphin Green. So I was like, you know what? I watched Zeo as a kid. I'll get the Zeo Green instead. And I think that was the first Lightning collection review I ever did on the channel. So if you want to go way, way back and see me on a different desk in a different flat, with hopefully a very like nostalgic looking setup, then make sure you check that out on the channel. But yeah, again, Zeo Green is a great figure, and I can see why people are really crazy about getting these Zeo Rangers at the minute. But yeah, I don't know if you collect lightning collection, what figures do you like to pick up, or is there any that you're chasing, like you really want to get? I know for the Green Ranger, the remastered stuff is coming out soon. I think Black already released at San Diego Comic-Con, and yeah, I think it was red, pink, and green are supposed to come out the end of this month or the start of September. And I've seen some people overseas getting Rita Repulsa. So I think the end of this month is going to be a busy month because I have all of them pre-ordered. So it's going to be a very expensive month, but you know, it's the way it is, the life of a collector. Okay, we're finally getting this bag was a little bit of a pain in the ass to go through, but we're getting there. I thought I had yellow horn somewhere else. White little singles, then we have these. And do we have these anywhere else? It doesn't look like it. We have you. I've seen you before. You two can go together. We have just a 2x2. We have one of those, which is a bit random. And we have a camera again. And yeah, this stuff that isn't Lego looks and reminds me a lot of Lego. So, bag number 2 done. Now we can move on to bag number 3. Oops. It also has some interesting looking pieces that I don't think I've seen in Lego before. Like these ones. I guess these are where the decals go on eventually. Yeah, but I'm starting to run out of desks, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to put stuff way away. I was trying to get it all within the camera so you could look and maybe shout out if I'm doubling up with stuff where I've got stuff in one pile and I start making a new pile for the exact same stuff. Okay, they are different. Yeah, okay, so they are different. Need to go over here. Go these. I don't think we've seen these small ones yet. I don't think. So I'll put them near these ones because I'm sure we'll see more of them. White 2x2. Then we have these. Again, these ones are kind of unique as well. I think they're probably for like the joints to help them move. And put them all the way over there. And then we have yellows. And we have straight blocks, just one of them. Then we have yellow joints. What did I do with the white ones? They're over there. So we put yellow there. There are these white kind of ball joints. We had some black ones somewhere there. They can go together. Okay, these 1x1s, 1x2, I should say. Quite a few of them. They can come together here. Then blue. 1x2 blue joint, go up there. You can chaos slightly. He's like curved and not squared, not straight. Black one. We have more of these interesting ones. They can go over here. You're unique. Okay, this is taking a while, a bit longer than I thought it was going to do. So yeah, I think that kind of answers our question though. Like, is there a lot of pieces in this kit? And yes, there is, because it's taken me forever to sort them all out. But hopefully that means the actual building will go faster because we have everything nicely organized, and we should hopefully have the muscle memory to remember where stuff is, because that could be the next problem, that we start building and then can't remember where I put stuff, and then be like, oh god, now I'm looking around for pieces that are here somewhere, but I just can't remember where I put them all. Okay, so you're all together. You. Okay, these ones look like the horns that go on the top of the head for the Megazord. Come over here. Okay, these pieces. Those pieces. There's the round piece. This one. Okay, these two. One of you. Oop, don't want to lose any on the floor. That would be quite dramatic because I probably wouldn't find them. And good, we're on to the last bag, and this bag looks like it has the actual minifigures in. So you'll get to see me build something when hopefully when this bag is done. And I guess we should start off with the minifigs, because that's what people love about Lego. And again, the minifigs, they just feel so cheap. Look at this. That's the arm. So yeah, as I'm looking at it, you may not be able to see it too well, but the arm is its own piece. It does have some nice print on it though, of the gloves. But yeah, here we have the body for the Red Ranger. That also looks quite nice. The if you can see it, I hope there's not too much glare. The kind of the Tyrannosaurus emblem on it looks pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just trying to work out how they actually all fit together, because they're all broken down into multiple pieces. As you can see, here's the body for Billy, for the Triceratops. Then we have Trini's saber-toothed tiger. And what I do like is that they have the emblems on, because for me that's like, it sounds bad, but I think if Hasbro were to re-release the Mighty Morphin Rangers again in the Lightning Collection with these emblems on the front, I think I would buy them all again, because that's kind of how I remember the Power Rangers. Obviously, it wasn't like that in the show. I think didn't it come from the movie that they had all of the emblems on them? I can't remember, but as a kid, and now thinking back on the Power Rangers, I always remember them with these emblems on. And I know there are some people on Etsy that make them. But again, we come into this issue of living in Austria and being a toy collector in Austria. So yeah, the emblems on Etsy are pretty reasonably priced, but the shipping to Austria is like extortionate. So it's not really, unfortunately, viable for me to buy those. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm sure there's some way you can print off your own, but again, that seems like a lot of effort for me. So I would, yeah, I think if Hasbro released Lightning Collection with these emblems on them, I would definitely buy them. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the helmets. Here's Trini's helmet, and the helmets themselves, yeah, they're kind of like race car-ish. They don't have any, they don't have the ears on top or anything. They're just printed on. Here's Jason's and Rocky's. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely clear what they are. This one is a little bit, the printing on it isn't centered properly. And the Triceratops is here. Again, the eye is a complete mess. And they do feel very cheap, unfortunately. So yeah, if you kind of wanted to get your own minifigures, then I wouldn't suggest picking up these ones, to be honest, because they do feel very flimsy. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I think this kit ended up costing me like €20 both, like each, so 20 Megazord, Dragon. And yeah, I know they're not like so the quality is maybe isn't there. But yeah, like I said, neither me is actually based on rather than looking at it like yeah, usually I find this quite therapeutic too. Sometimes having to have more prints while smoking it becomes a little bit less therapeutic, because I'm trying to sort stuff out mentally and where stuff needs to go, but I think of things to talk about, which is maybe a good exercise for my brain, to be honest. Here is this. Like, I used to do video, I've had quite a lengthy history of doing streams. I used to do video game streaming as well on another channel that I had previously. And yeah, that was the same thing. It's like a muscle memory, like talking and then also doing something at the same time. Here's a drink of the beverage. Cheers. That one really was non-alcoholic. So then let's get these minifigs made. So first, you can see I'm assuming this is for the legs of the Yellow Ranger. It's just like a T piece with two pegs on it. So you push that into the bottom. The legs for the Yellow Ranger. There they are. So we have her right leg. We just have to push on, hopefully without breaking anything. Okay. And we have the left, or her left leg, I should say. And we push that on. We push that on. Like this again, maybe. Oh, it's hard to get on. Hang on, let me look. Okay. So we got the both legs on, and then yeah, I mean now it's starting to like it doesn't feel like Lego, like a Lego minifigure, but at least feels a bit more solid. Like maybe with the Lego, also each piece is really light, and you just don't notice it because you never really experience a Lego figure in multiple pieces. But yeah, it actually doesn't feel that bad now that we have all the bits on. But you can still see, like, look on the head. Again, the glare is a little bit bright from my light. But if you look on the head, it's like very much kind of there is like plastic on here that's been left over and stuff like that. Like it's not the best quality, but yeah, I guess it does its job. And I'm also guessing these kits are meant to be mostly for kids who like Power Rangers. And because there is no Lego Power Rangers, people decided, hey, we might have a market here for this stuff. So let's make our own and make them compatible with Lego. So you can play with your Power Rangers figures, with your Star Wars figures, or your Harry Potter ones, or your Mario ones. Like Lego has so many cool sets now. Like I remember back in the day, in my day, they only really had the Star Wars one, and I remember picking up being in Legoland in the UK and picking up the Star Wars set and my first Star Wars set, and it was back when the figures were yellow, like which the Star Wars ones, yeah, they haven't been yellow for a long time. So it was weird getting like a yellow Luke Skywalker. But speaking of yellow, there's Trini, by the way. And yeah, and building it. And then that's kind of when I fell in love. I was down in London, in Gatwick, for kind of like a mini holiday with my family because my grandma used to have a house down there. And just then playing with this Lego set the whole time after Legoland in Windsor. Oh, God, these legs are really hard to get on. It's like a little wrist workout or grip workout. Trying to get them on, but they go on nicely. The arms going easy enough. Okay, that one goes in there. That one goes in there. And yeah, I just keep seeing like I think it's maybe just me. My arm moving around, but there's like bits. Yeah, I think it's just my arm. That's what it is. Because I'm kind of thinking, why does it look so dark? But yeah, I think it's just my arm moving in front of the camera. So there's not a lot. Sorry, not in front of the camera, in front of the light. There's not a lot I can do to fix that other than move the light. But I don't really want the light in the shot or more in the shot. You can see it. You can see it there. So yeah. Okay, so then we have Jason or Rocky finished. Go next to Trini. Put them back here so you can kind of just see them on the edge. Oh, don't want to lose him down the back of the desk. That would have been funny. And then finally we have to build Billy. And Billy's the only ranger. Yeah, he's the only one that stayed through it the whole time, right? He was the only Blue Ranger. No one ever became the Blue Ranger, and he never swapped. And I've been like watching the because since I got the Alien Ranger figures, I was watching the Alien Ranger series on YouTube, and because that series I have no recollection of from a kid. Like I remember Mighty Morphin, I remember the movie, and then I remember Zeo, but Alien Rangers I have no recollection of. But it's actually like aged quite well. Like I was actually interested in the story, like the stuff with the Alien Rangers, like the actual actors, yeah, so. But the kid actors are really good, especially the one that played Billy. And I don't know, like I've also been watching a bit of Dino Fury, like now and then, and I don't know, like modern Power Rangers, I just expect it to be less cheesy, if you know what I mean, like because I just feel like people know what Power Rangers is, and they know what like. Oh shit! There goes Billy. Billy's down the back of the desk. Let me see. Oh, he's really down the back of the desk. Oh no! I saved him. Don't worry. Here he is. Yeah, and Dino Fury, I don't know. When I started watching it, it's the first series I've watched really since I was a kid. But I was expecting it to be at least like, I don't know, not so cheesy, but it's still like a kid's show, obviously. So yeah, it still has those kind of tropes. So finally we can get making the Megazord. Here we go. The first blocks go together like this. Boom. Then we need these big ones. But yeah, I don't know. Watching the Alien Rangers series back, it feels it actually like it keeps my attention. Like it doesn't. It is obviously a kids show, but it doesn't really feel like one. Like I'm really invested in what the story is, and I think it's only about 10 episodes too, so it's quite a quick watch. And yeah, like I said, as a kid, I must have completely missed it because I had no idea who the Alien Rangers were when Hasbro announced the Lightning Collection figures for them. But they are great, like really great figures. So I'm really happy that I picked them up because yeah, they look fantastic and they pose fantastic, and it's kind of interesting that like the female one has the updated female body, but the men don't. That's kind of like an interesting choice. Like I guess they just had some male bodies left over that they needed to get rid of before they could like they just needed to get rid of because they had spares left over. Where does this one go? Ah, there. But how does that one go like that? Like this. So he goes like this. Sorry, everything's a bit black, so you can't really see much. But yeah, so I'm really happy with the Rangers. I'm really happy with I'm really enjoying the series, even though it's like like nearly 30 years old as well. Like it'll be probably 28 or 27 years old, and so it goes like this, and these two go here and here, and yeah, the Alien Rangers review, Lightning Collection reviews up on the channel, so make sure you check that out after the stream. Of course, don't leave the stream right now if you're watching. Stay in the stream. But yeah, it's kind of interesting going back and looking through the old Power Rangers series because I dropped off after Zeo when I was a kid. Like all Mighty Morphin, I was all about, and Zeo, I vaguely remember. Like mostly, I remember having the flip head figures for it and being like, God, these things look grotesque compared to the Mighty Morphin ones. But it's kind of especially like that Zordon area would be nice. It would be cool to go back and watch again, just to kind of get into the history and the lore of what actually happens, because we're getting to the 30th anniversary. I think, isn't it this month in Power Month? Why is this not going? There we go, in Power Month. And yeah, it would be kind of interesting to go back and watch it and really see how it all plays out. Because then after that, I think it's Turbo, right? So then I never watched Turbo as a kid. But also Wave 15 of the Lightning Collection is getting the Turbo Rangers, so that would be good to watch, just so I have a bit of info about him. But yeah, the Lightning Collection, who knows? It's supposed to be going on a hiatus at the end of this year or in 2024. So I don't know if there's much point in getting the Turbo Ranger, because we'll never see his team probably, or we won't, at least for a year, and there's no guarantees that the line will continue after that hiatus. So it might be that I buy it just for that single figure and then can't finish his team, because that's one thing I really don't like doing, is just buying single figures. Like I usually buy a figure if I know I have a more than high chance of finishing the team. Apart from obviously, what's it called? Mighty Morphin. That I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to finish the team because the figures are so hard to get. But I kind of really tried to finish it and managed to. It took me like a year to track down all of the figures that I needed. But I didn't manage to finish it. And the only team I think that like all of the figures are out that I haven't finished yet is Dino Thunder, because the Black Ranger isn't out in Europe. It hasn't been put up on Hasbro Europe yet, frustratingly. And okay, I just have to concentrate, so I have to turn it over. And the white thunder is another one that is. I think I was looking at one on eBay. It was seal, like new, but it had the the mistake head where there is no black outline around the visor. It had that on it, so it didn't have the updated head, which means if I bought it, I would have to then try to get Hasbro to send me that. And again, living in Austria, that isn't the easiest thing to get Hasbro to do. Like maybe now it's a bit easier because Pulse is in Europe, but I remember trying to do that for. There was another figure that had a mistake on it, and I tried to do it for that figure, and that was like, oh, if you want it to change, you have to send the whole figure and the whole box back to us in the US, and then they'll send it again. And I had to pay both ways for packaging. I was like, yeah, no thanks, it's not worth it. So maybe it's easier now. And yeah, you can see here the figure is slowly coming together, and we are slowly getting through our blocks. And now I need 2 of these white single pieces to go like this. So you can see we're making the chest. And yeah, you definitely feel that this feels a little cheaper. Like the blocks don't slide together as nicely as you would expect from Lego. And these ones, there's one here that is really loose that keeps falling off as I kind of hold it. But yeah, it still has a nice engineering feel to it though, because you can already see it's starting to look like the Megazord, which is cool. Then we need a red one like this. He goes on here, and then we need 4 red squares, which you guys can't see because they're off camera, but they're here and here. So we're really building him out. And I guess on this kind of diamond shape at the front, we're gonna have to stick a sticker. So hopefully I can get the sticker nice and flat, or nice and straight, I should say, and not have it wonky, because then that wouldn't look good on my shelf. Okay, you just fell off there. That's not too hard to repair. Where did you fall? Oh, you fell off as well. Okay, that's not ideal. You can go like this. Make sure it's ready pressed down. And you as well. Make sure you're already pressed down. These ones, like like with Lego, if you've seen the Lego movie, they say, oh, you should never use glue. For these, I'm kind of like, I think you could use glue, or you might need to use glue for some of them, because they just aren't snug as you would hope them to be. And some things are a little bit too snug, which is also a little bit of an issue, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so this goes like this. This goes like this, and this goes there, and this goes on there. Okay, so we are here. Now it looks like we have to build the head, so we can put that down. We need a flat red one, this one. Then we need a black one with like a single stud piece on it. I think it's this. It must be this one here. Then we need you to go in the middle. Yeah. That's cool. So the head should be able to move, I think, because this stud lets it turn, which is quite nice. And then we need two L pieces, which we have over here. It looks like they should go this way and this way. Then we need the fins, or the horns, on the outsides. And you can already see it's starting to look a bit like the head. And the other horn. Then we have this cone that goes in the middle, and then that's what that is. What color is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be this yellow one? Then the yellow one goes on top. And there we have the head. And I guess here on the black, we just have to stick some eyes. Then we'll have the head of the Megazord to go on our body. Oh no! Oops. Okay, that didn't do too much damage. It just messed up a lot of my pieces, and more stuff fell down the back of the desk. So give me a second. I need to go down the back of my desk and find it. Okay, it was just one piece. Good. So then, looks like now we finished this part, and now we have to go and build the leg, which is the saber-toothed tiger. So hopefully, it should be quite straightforward, because it's yellow, and yellow is very easy to spot. So what we need first is we need 2 of these pieces. Oops, and 1 of this to line up, sort of like this. No, this. Then we need a long yellow piece to go over the top. So we should just take this one, and this one, and this one. And we have this. Then finally we can use some of our wheels. We have like a plethora of wheels there, which is kind of cool because the saber-tooth Zord. No, am I thinking about the... Can't remember if I'm thinking about the saber-tooth or the triceratops, but I think it's the triceratops that comes in with wheels, right? But apparently the saber-tooth must have wheels too. Okay. And we have these. Then we need another longer yellow piece, which must be this one. And it then has a little bit of an overlap on the front, like so. Okay, now it's getting complicated. So then we need a yellow piece on the end. Then it looks like we have to layer these studs sort of like this, like one here, then there, then there, then there, and then do the same for the other side. So why wouldn't I just put them all on at the same time? I don't know, but that's what I'm just sticking to the instructions because I don't want to accidentally make a mistake by thinking that I know better than these designers or these engineers that made this set, or designed this set, I should say. Okay. And it's going up here and going up here. And then the last 2 we leave free for one of these. So like that. And of course I didn't stick on the studs very straightly, so it's going to be hard to get the other ones on, I think. But never mind, we'll make do. We can get it in there. And we can get it in there. In there. We can get it there. Ooh, okay. And there. Come on. Now, this one's really wonky. I really messed this one up. Don't know if I can get it off. That's one thing this set misses as well. It's the more modern Lego sets, they always give you like the little orange tool to get stuff off with. This one you just have to use pure strength and your nails. Okay, or you have to use the old trick that I used to do as a kid, which I probably shouldn't do now, but I used to bite them down so they would fit in properly. It's probably not the best thing for my teeth though, but it might have to happen because I can't get this last stud in. There we go. Okay, it wasn't the last one. I've got one more. Where is it? There it is. I don't understand why we had to do this. Why couldn't we just have one piece for all of that? Maybe because I need to turn over the page, so maybe there'll be a revelation on the other page. All right, no, there isn't. Okay, so then the next step then is building the wheel arches. Just go over the wheels like so, which is quite nice. And so, and then the other side, like that, and like that. Then I need another sip of my beverage. Cheers if you sat at home with a beverage. Good, so we got the wheel arches on. And this is how we are looking. So I'm assuming this ball somehow goes into the bottom of our Zord. Or not. Actually, it must go like this. This must go onto the pegs of the Zord, and then this goes into the foot of the saber-tooth. But to get there, we still have a little bit more to do. We have to put this across the middle, like so. Then, this looks complicated. We need this white one. Then we need 2 of these white things to go into it like this. So then we need, what do we need then? Then we need one white ball joint and one white like rotator thing like that, and then like that. Then we need a white square to go on top, and then we need that one. Okay, so that goes like this, and then this goes, it appears like this in there. Okay, of course it breaks, but it looks like we're about to reinforce that, which is a good idea. So that goes on there like that. And then we have another piece to reinforce this, and again we can see it's starting to nicely look a bit more like a leg. And we have these two pieces, they go on here. So really, this one feels really sturdy compared to the other one, compared to the chest piece. This feels more like Lego, like it's more layered into being a sturdy piece rather than that one that just feels very kind of flimsy. But yeah, let's see when we get it all together. So then this has to go like that. And then we have another slope piece on the other side. Again, building out the leg. And one of these. Okay, then we have to make something with the camera pieces. So we need the camera piece. We need a single studded piece. Can't find it though. Where are they? Can anyone? Oh, here, right next to me. So how does that look? It looks like that goes in the middle. So then we need like a black cone piece, one of these, like so. Okay, it doesn't fit that well or at all. Okay, now we got that in. Then we need two black kind of flat pieces to go on top. Where are they? They're there, also right in front of me. And again, with black, it's a little bit hard to see, but this is all I have to do. And then we have kind of the, I guess you would call this the thigh of the leg complete. Or maybe, I don't know, the shin, maybe. But now we have to make the foot part. And the foot part kind of looks like the saber tooth. So that should be quite cool to do. Then, so we need these two pieces and this piece. Okay, and then we want an 8-piece. Do we have an 8? Yes, we do. And it goes like that and like that. Okay, so we have this so far. And then we want to build out that. And yeah, just a reminder, the reason why we're streaming tonight is I would love to get to 350 subscribers. So if you have been watching the stream and you've been enjoying it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I don't really focus on Lego or construction kits that much. I focus more on action figures and specifically Power Rangers Lightning Collection, but also recently it's done some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. I've done some S.H.Figurarts stuff, and yeah, so kind of whatever kind of takes my fancy, I try to cover on the channel and whatever I think people will like. So if you are an action figure fan or a Power Ranger fan, make sure you hit the subscribe button and help us get to 350 subscribers. We're very, very close. I think we're about 2 away. Maybe we lost subscribers during this stream. That could happen. No, we're still at 348. That's good. But yeah, if you're new and if you found us through the stream, please subscribe. So we need the horns on. The horns are going there. Okay. This goes on here. Then we need another square piece. The last square piece. So it goes on there as well. And then we need 4 of these pieces, which are all grouped together here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, if you're an action figure kind of collector, what was there anything interesting you saw at the San Diego Comic-Con or any of the releases that came out of that? Anything that piqued your interest? Along the Power Ranger route, I really wish I could manage to get the Mezco 112 Green Ranger, because I saw the Amazing review it, and that figure just looks so cool. Like, I was so disappointed with the Super 7 Ultimates Green Ranger, just because of the articulation. That thing barely moves. It's more like I don't know. It's like an action figure from like 20 years ago. Ow, just hurt my wrist. 20 years ago. Like, it looks amazing. Like, if you want to just stand it on your shelf, but to take photos with it, feels very stiff. And yeah, I actually have a story with the Mezco one, because the Mezco one, they announced it and I was like, I'm gonna buy this. This is gonna be my first Mezco figure, because I don't really want to spend I think it's $400 in it, so it's probably even more in euros on the Power Ranger set, because that for me is just too much. Even though they also look very cool, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the Green Ranger, because yeah, the Green Ranger is gonna come out as a single release, and he'll be like $100, and it will be fine. I'm willing to pay that much for this kind of like really like a Power Ranger, how you would expect a Power Ranger to be, like a guy in a suit. That is what Mezco does the best. And I actually managed to get one, basically, like, to buy one. I was at a concert, and as the band was playing, I was like looking at my phone, because that's when they went on sale. And I had it in my basket, and I was ready to purchase it. And then I looked at the. Have I done this wrong? Something's wrong here. Hang on. Why is that wrong? Yeah, I looked at the postage, and the postage was like half the price of the figure. So I was paying like 150% of the figure cost to get it to Austria. And I was like, I really cannot justify spending that because of the postage. I'm not spending like $60 for postage. Like, that's like 2 Lightning Connection figures. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the concert and kind of forget about it. And then, yeah, and be like, all right, fine, whatever. I don't need to buy every single Power Ranger figure that comes out. But yeah, the more I see it, the more I'm like, I should have just paid the $60. I'm like, the figure looks fantastic. It's Mezco, like I don't mind paying the price for the figure, like that's fine. But the postage was just kind of crazy. But then yeah, San Diego Comic Con, they announced the White Ranger, and then I was like, I really regret not getting the green. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and just pay for the postage. Like, it is almost extortionate, the postage cost. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to buy it if I get it. Like, if I have the notifications turned on, if I manage to get one and get it in my trolley or my basket, and check out, then I think I probably will buy it, just because it just will be a sick looking figure to review. This must go like this. Okay, look, we're making the face, which looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me more of I think this is, yeah. Why would the things point up? Like, shouldn't it point down for a saber-toothed tiger? Like, now it reminds me more of like a warthog than a tiger, weirdly. But yeah, okay, whatever. So where are we? We're here now. I need to build this piece, which is the ears. So then this goes across, and then we put. Okay, so on. Then we put 2 of these on. And then we have the ears on top, which is nice. Then I think that's it. Then it looks like this ball clips into there. Let's see if I can get it to clip on without literally breaking everything, because this piece feels very finicky compared to this piece, the top piece. Okay, it's on. Nice. And I like it because it has a massive radius. Like, I might just make this Can I make this smaller? Maybe just make that a little bit smaller because the foot radius seems really big. But yeah, so we have now our torso and our leg made. Now it looks like we are making the Triceratops leg. Then we just have the arms to do. And yeah, like this figure's taking a long time to build. It's actually quite an in-depth one. I mean, I know I'm talking, but yeah, we've been streaming for like an hour now. Yeah, we've been streaming for an hour and we're only like halfway done. So let's get on with making the Triceratops. So we start again with the same, and it's nice because we're kind of emptying out our desk a little bit too. So yeah. But yeah, so that was from SDC. Also, there was the mask figure that they announced, or at least they showed like a promo art from Mezco. That also looks really cool. I was a big mask like cartoon fan and movie fan back in the day. The movie actually was quite funny because in June, I went to Japan for 3 weeks. I have a video about that on my channel as well if you want to go check that out. Where I picked up some cool S.H.Figurarts stuff there. Of course, Power Ranger related. But yeah, I was in Japan, and on the flight back, I was like, they have the mask on the like screens there. So I was like, I'm going to check out the mask because I've literally not watched it probably since the 90s. Then I watched it and I was like, oh God, this movie has really, really not aged well. It is a hard watch to watch in the modern era. But yeah, completely forgot that Cameron Diaz is in it. And I remember the premise being he finds a mask in the river, or it kind of washes up along the side of the river, and then he turns into the mask, and that was kind of like, that's the plot. And the plot is like, I don't know, it's even worse. It's more or less just like he wants to get women, and the mask helps him get women and kind of also get into trouble. So it's not a great watch to rewatch in the modern era, but it is a cool character. Like the mask character is awesome. There was a review I saw on the Fwoosh's channel where they reviewed like it was like a third party company like mask figure that was also really nice, where it had like soft goods and it had really cool like really expressive features like facial expressions, and I was like, that's a really cool looking figure. But yeah, I don't need a mask. I don't need a mask figure, to be honest. But then again, since Mezco's doing it, and like the mask I associate with like cool clothes. So maybe that's also something that I think about. I just again don't want to pay this extortionate postal cost. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe there are some companies in Austria or Germany that also kind of resell Mezco stuff, and I can pre-order it through them and not have to pay like a crazy amount for postage. Because again, another figure like I said, for the White Ranger, I can justify it because I like Power Rangers, and because this channel is focused around Power Rangers. For the mask, it's kind of like, that would be a cool figure to have. I don't know if I can if I can. Hang on, wait. Okay, only 4 of these little blue ones. Yeah, if I then can kind of justify spending that much on postage. Yeah. So we are going to get this on again. These single studs are a bit of a pain to get on. Do you know one regret Lego regret I have was, like I said before, when I was in university, I went through a stage of like basically just selling all of my childhood stuff because I was like, now I want money to get a tattoo or to buy a car or to, I don't know, go on a holiday with my girlfriend at the time. And I was like, I don't need any of this kid stuff anymore. Like, what do I need Lego for? What do I need action figures for? Or blah, whatever. And I used to, when I was a kid, I got this Lego UFO set, and it was like this massive this massive like UFO set where it had like magnets in it, and you could like pull it apart, and there would be like one part that was like a mini UFO within the larger one, and the larger one was like the base. Then inside there was like a rover that you could take out. Then it had like these really cool alien characters that like I've never seen Lego figures like that since, because they had like these kind of like see-through fluorescent like heads, and then they had like these almost like predator like masks on top, and also like these big shoulder pads. And I've never seen them since. And I think I sold that set at a car boot sale. So if you're an American, maybe you don't know what a car boot sale is. It's kind of like a garage sale. And I think I sold the set for like €5, no, £5, I guess, because I was in the UK back then. And and at the time I was like, oh, I'm just happy to sell it and to get something for it. And now I'm like, God, the amount of hours I spent playing with that Lego set, like the amount of fun I had as a kid playing with it for years and years and years. And I would just play it and just play the same thing over and over again. And I sold it for £5. And now the set, I don't think the set's worth that much money, to be honest. But for the like nostalgia and the memories, I'm like, God, why did I sell it? Like I should have just kept it and passed it down to my kids, or just kept it for myself, just as like a memory of childhood and of nostalgia, and of like how Lego really should be played with, not just to kind of build and put in a glass case, but to be played with and enjoyed, and to get kids being creative and to use their imaginations to be like, okay, what can I do with this cell? I remember for Christmas one year there was another kind of, it was like an astronaut like Lego on Mars, I think it was called, set, where I was like, I want this for Christmas. And then my plan was to take both sets, and then I was like, I'm gonna create like a movie, like a stop motion movie for Lego. And in the end I never did it, but I was like, like something like that, like these sets, like they just kind of create so much creativity and thought. And back then I guess you didn't have mobile phones to keep you from being bored, so you had to kind of use your creativity and your kind of imagination to have fun. And now those Lego stop motion stuff is like all the range on like kids' YouTubes, like, so maybe I would have been an early adopter back then, but I think, to be honest, that was way before YouTube. But that was my big plan. I was going to do stop motion Lego stuff back then. What an absolute nerd. And now 15 years later, here I am building a Lego set on a live stream on YouTube. Funny how the world kind of works out like that. Okay, how does this go together? So we are now building the head of the Triceratops. So there you can kind of see this is where his horn's going to go. So he has a blue horn, actually. Interesting. Never noticed if it actually has a blue horn. Then we have 2 white horns on the outside. Then we just need some decals on it. And then we have our Triceratops. How does this fix onto this? So it goes onto this like that. So I assume we're going to have our Triceratops foot. Goes like that. And then we just need one more on. Good. And then we just have all of these black pieces left. Then we can build the arms. So then we just have to push this together. Okay, I'm a bit worried about this. I'm going to do it like this first. Yeah, because it broke. And then you just have to go like that. Oh, lost his horn. Okay, you go like this, you go like this. And I just have to make sure that the feet are the same size back, just for my own personal kind of OCD. Interesting. They look the same. Yeah, they're the same, so that's good. Good. Now we can get the arms and maybe get this figure finished. So arms. I need to turn the page. Where I'm a bit okay, I can see this is coming. I was like, why do I have this one yellow piece left? I'm a little bit concerned, but I can see that it goes onto the arm, so it's not such a big deal. So then it looks like to start off with, we need this piece, and we need one of the, where is it? I need a 1x2 piece. These pieces, they go together like this for now. Then we need kind of a ball joint or a dumbbell joint on one of these pieces. So yeah, so talking about Lego, yeah, it would be interesting to know if anyone's in the chat what kind of Lego sets they had or they have now, if you're still building Lego. Because yeah, that alien set I had, I really wish I didn't sell it for €5 or £5 back in the day, and just kept hold of it. I also remember getting like going through a stage of getting all of the Lord of the Rings stuff when that came out. But again, that was kind of during my university days where I really just built it for fun and then sold it again on eBay. That one I don't have as much kind of regret about selling, because I was like, yeah, whatever. It's just it was like a new set, and I didn't have any nostalgia for it like I did with the alien one. But yeah, I sold a lot of Lego in my days. And when I say alien, I don't mean like the Ridley Scott Alien. It was like there was like an alien Lego set back in the day that I played with for a long time. And okay, so these ones, I kind of like how detailed they're getting, because they're getting a bit more complex. Again, it might be harder for you to see because it just looks like one big black blob, but there are some kind of smaller studs on here, so we get a little bit of detail on. And yeah, I'm assuming these shoulder pieces are going to be for the decals, so that'll also kind of make it a little bit more interesting to look at once we're done. So currently we are here, so it looks like we've got one. Okay, it's not an arm. We're making the shield actually. So why won't this go on? Come on. These single studs, or these single like flat pieces to get on, are a pain in the ass, because they just do not want to go on straight, unfortunately. I can't get it on. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my teeth. So if I ever like give these figures away, or these sets away, you might actually have my teeth marks in them. Okay, that's the first one done. Now we need to do the second one, which is more of the same but in the opposite direction. This was always a weird thing where this is where I would mess up as a kid and end up with like two like shoulder joints that were both in the same direction. Yeah, but yeah, going back to my Lego kind of history, I did a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff. Then I got into the stage of when Lego minifigs, like the blind Kate bags, first started coming out. Again, I was at university, and I spent a fortune collecting those. Like I never got ever got full sets, but I spent a lot of money on them because I felt like they came out like every couple of months. There was always a new one, and yeah, it's crazy to think, because I remember there was one set which was for the 2012 Olympics in London. And I remember getting a load of those, and it's kind of scary to think that was over 10 years ago that happened. That is, yeah, kind of crazy. And I still have all of those. They're all stashed under my bed in my mum's house. And I'm actually coming back in like 3 weeks' time. Sort of through some stuff. So those minifigs, they might end up on eBay. Those I don't think I'm gonna keep. I also know under the tech there's like a lot of figures. They all like ones. And I really don't want to move them because I kind of just take up space. But again, I don't think they're really worth anything because those as well. I played them so much when I was like an early teenager. Like I used to love them. And yeah, then I have a younger brother, and a lot of them ended up getting broken, or they got pieces that got lost because of my brother playing with them. And yeah, so obviously that isn't ideal for the value of them or trying to resell them because yeah, people that want to buy stuff like retro stuff, they want it like to be complete or in the box, so they're not really worth anything, and they're taking up space. But I'm also kind of like, yeah, I don't just want to. I don't know if I don't want to sell them. I don't really want to give them away, but I also don't want to just leave them there. So I'm kind of not really sure what to do with them, to be honest. And I definitely don't want to bring them back to Austria because I only have one bag that I can fly back with. So yeah, and I've already got like a lot of Power Ranger stuff to bring back with me, and also my old GameCube. I'm bringing that back from my mum's house, so kind of excited to get that to Austria because this, yeah, I don't know, I've just got like this kick, this nostalgia kick for GameCube at the minute, where I'm like, I want to play a load of GameCube games on my massive TV that I have here, and they'll probably look all stretched out and weird, but I don't care. I really want to play them, so I think I've got like, do you know why I think it is? It's because Nintendo still haven't released like Wind Waker on the Switch. And I'm kind of like, I really want to play Wind Waker because I've never played it before, and I bought it on GameCube and never played it. So I'm like, I want to play Wind Waker, and I have it on GameCube, and yeah, what a better way to experience it than actually on the original hardware that it was designed for with the GameCube controller. So I'm really hyped to play that. Still, of course, have to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I was playing it whilst I was in Japan, and yeah, obviously really liking it. But for me, the game feels a little bit like it's too similar to Breath of the Wild, and the changes that they made, I don't really like that much. So I'm kind of like, yeah. So to me, it feels a bit like an inferior version of Breath of the Wild. I know that's not like the popular opinion. Okay, we're getting the mastodon head here. You can see the horns. That's not the popular opinion, but hang on. Okay, so this back piece is this, and then this, and this. And then it goes facing up like that. Okay, I think that's right. So then, yeah, we have the shield now, and then we can make some ears for it. How do I make the ears? I need these two, and then just two of these. Okay, looks like we're nearly at the end, but yeah, I still have the arms to make. It doesn't look like there's that many pieces left, but we have our mastodon head with movable ears, which is quite cool. Again, there's still decals put on it, and like now it just looks like a black, I don't know, like a bat, I guess. But yeah, adding to the collection over here. And then what do we have to do next? So next we have this arm. So the other arm, so we need this, need these two. Okay, we're almost done with the Megazord, which is awesome. It only took us an hour and a half to make. Yeah, it's a bit longer than I thought it was going to take, to be honest. But maybe that kind of shows you guys the value in these figures. They're quite cheap, and to be honest, they feel quite cheap. But there is a lot of fun to be had in them. Like, it took me an hour and a half to make this Megazord, and we still have the Dragonzord to do. Why won't you go on nicely? This is what I mean about them feeling a bit cheap. That, like, yeah, you might not be able to see it, but everything looks a little bit wonky there. So I have to just behind the camera try to squeeze them together. There we go. Okay, so now we have this section of the arm. Then we have this, this. What was this? This is interesting. Okay, so then this somehow goes on there. I think we're making a hand. Then we have that, and that. That goes in there. Okay, this is the sword. And okay. So we're missing one of these pieces, which is a little bit annoying because now we can't get the sword to go on. Where is it? Let me just check the floor because it might have fallen down with the other piece that fell off. Nope, I can't see it down there. Well, that's a bit annoying. So we're gonna have to take one piece off here because otherwise I can't get the sword to go on properly. And then we can put that on there. That's a bit finicky. Then how does this work? So this goes like that. Of course, the sword falls off. Are you a bit stronger? A little bit. Okay, put you in here, and then we have some random pieces left. We have one 2x2, one kind of like curved slope, and one of these red kind of triangular shapes. You don't fit at all. You don't. Why it is so bad? So yeah, both studs don't fit on very well. God damn it. So yeah, so it means that they're easy to break like this. And that one goes like that, and that one goes like that, and that one goes on there. Okay, so you can see we have the sword piece, and I think that's everything. So then we have, it looks like we need this piece to go in here. Of course, the sword falls off. But I don't know if you can see there, but on this piece here, like the plastic is so like ripped and looks really shit around the edges, like it's not been cut off properly. Again, shows kind of like the cheapness of it, and yeah, this sword might get glued together because this is not ideal. That the sword just falls off so easy because these studs don't hold on properly. That's not that great either. And this is also not perfect. Can we please go in? No, of course not. What about if I put you there? Does that help? Maybe. Okay, so there's the arm. Feels very finicky like that. Yeah, this arm is crap. Like it's not held together by much. And the sword, yeah, the sword just pops itself off. Then we have this side. So this side is with the mastodon, and that goes like that. Good. Then we have to put them all together. So it looks like the mastodon goes on this side. I knew something was going to fall. Look, oh no. Why? Where did this just fall off from there? Yeah, this is not great. So again, these dodgy studs don't want to stay on. This one is held on by literally 2 pegs, which I don't think is the best way to do it. And now is he backwards? Oh, yeah, he's backwards. Okay, so that's one arm on. This arm's probably going to fall apart when I put it on as well. Oh, you can't see, sorry. So here's one arm. Here's another one. The sword's falling off. Now the shoulder piece is falling off. Head falling off. Okay. Okay, the back's falling off for no reason now. Now the legs, let's see if the legs fare any better. I think the legs will. The legs feel quite sturdy. It's this torso that is really crap. Okay, it says that as the leg breaks off. Like this is just falling apart. All right, and then this one, then we have everything. Maybe I should have put the leg on first, to be honest. Okay, now this leg broke. Like, this is what I was saying about the difference, like, between this and the Lego is clear to see, I guess. Like, this just doesn't. This just doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Break. That's exactly what it feels like. It is going to break. Like, stuff just doesn't stay on properly. It just feels like it's gonna fall to pieces. Like, how stupid is this? Where's... Oh, there, that's why. Right, so... Okay, this leg fucking broke again. Sorry for swearing. But now, like, everything is breaking on this side. This is so frustrating. Like, why didn't they just put something below here? Like, I know why, because they wanted to make sure that the articulation was there. But it's like... It can't even stand up properly. Right, so we have this. Can we get the head back on, please? If the head goes on. All right, so then the arms can kind of come forward. All right, so now you can see him stood up, finally. Bits are still hanging off him and falling off him. And now we have the delicate task of touching this very flimsy Megazord and having to very carefully put on stickers. So that should be fun. Yeah, so we have him. We have Trini. We have Jason. Oh. And we have Billy. God damn it. No. We have Billy, who doesn't want to stand up. Come on, Billy. You can do it. Oh, why won't you stand up? He's a bit top heavy. He's leaning back. Okay, now Trini doesn't want to stand up. Good. So there we have them. Now we just have to work out where the stickers need to go. And unless it's on the back of the sticker sheet, which it isn't, so it doesn't really tell us where the stickers should go. There's no instructions really as to where the stickers should go, because there's nothing on there. There's nothing on here. Like, it wasn't telling us along the way where we should stick stuff. So I guess the only thing we can do is look at this and try to hope. And let me just adjust the camera a little bit. That's the wrong way. And try to hope that I can match it properly. Okay, where does this one be? Yeah, good. And I think tonight, guys, I don't think I'm gonna do the Dragonzord, because this one has taken really long. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe tomorrow morning. But this doesn't even look the same. Oh, that doesn't look the same. All right, I need to look here. Okay, tomorrow morning, I think what I'll do is I'll stream again, and before the stream, I'll set out the blocks, so that saves us a bit of time on stream. And then I'll just do the Dragonzord really quickly, because finishing this one off has kind of taken it out of me a little bit. This took a bit longer than I thought. We'd have both of them done within 2 hours, but this one took a while. And the ending hasn't been the most pleasant or stress-free for me. But I think it's funny that the box shows you this, and then you're like, oh, that looks really cool. But then next to it is what it really looks like. But I don't know. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but it was fun building it until that end part where nothing would stay together. But again, for the amount I paid for it, I can't really complain. I don't know if if I paid the full price. I think they were like £50, like £50 or €50 full price. That I would be pissed off. But for 20 each, whatever. It's got some. We got some content out of it. We hopefully got some laughs out of it. And yeah, I mean, it was also quite fun to build. Oops, I just dropped his eyes. All right, this will be funny. Maybe I should take the head off for it since the head comes off so easy. So we want to get the eyes as central as possible and as straight as possible. Okay, that's not centered at all. Okay, we can center it on there. What do you reckon? Good enough, I'd say. Then his mouth. What does his mouth look like? Which sticker is his mouth? I'm guessing this one. And then, yeah, we want the mouth to be as centered as possible as well on his eyes. And as straight as possible. That doesn't look very straight, but it is centered. Hang on. Oops. No, it's not centered anymore. There. So, does that look like the Megazord? I think it's debatable. And yeah, again, I don't get why they just gave it two little studs to stick his head onto. I think that's not ideal. Then we can do his chest piece. And again, we want to try and get this as straight as possible. Okay, good enough. The outer pieces. There's actually quite a lot of stickers on this, to be honest. Like, I thought it was just going to be the head and these bits, but there's still quite a bit to do. Okay, the outer piece. Then the next outer piece. Okay, so he's starting to shape up. He's starting to look like the Megazord. You can't see it, but it is starting to look like him. Then the next piece down is, let's see, like, I think this piece, this really small piece here, goes on the top of there. Like so. Then he has like these like ab things at the side, like these like chiseled abs going down to his crotch. A bit like me. Like that. And then like, I don't really want to move his arm, to be honest, because then everything will fall off. Oh, we did it. Oh, that was not very good. I'll try again. Okay, not perfect, but better. Then, okay, let's do the Mastodon's face itself, and then it'll actually look more like the Mastodon and not just like some random piece of black, like, I don't know, blob on the end of his arm. I mean, this is also very dark, so maybe I'm wrong. I've also stuck it in the wrong place. That's not ideal. Okay, move him up and try to get it straight. There you go. It's not the straightest, but you should hopefully be able to see the eyes of the Mastodon. And now I'm kind of running out of like stickers for where they need to go. These ones go down on the legs. So I have these. They go down here. So, oops, that one was not very straight. Okay, oops, sorry, Jason. And then this one as well. And goes on this side. Push that down if I can. Okay, so we want it straight. I think I've stuck them on the wrong way around, but whatever. Here we go. So we get the decals on the legs now. Then we have, it looks like we have something to stick on the sides. So like these little vents, which go on the sides. If I can get the sticker off, can. So they go on the sides of its face, kind of like here. And the other one, so that's the thing that I also don't really remember as a kid, having so many stickers on Lego. Like, I felt like a lot of it came printed on back in the day, but stickers are always cool. Like, I used to work with in a kindergarten, and kids definitely love stickers. So I guess it keeps them entertained. We have this red dot to go on there. Then another red dot. Now it's actually looking like the Megazord. Again, the head is really bad. Like, the body is all right, and the legs, I think the legs look really good, but the head just looks crap. Oh, this one's really wonky, but yeah, whatever. Okay, now we have these weird kind of like these kind of patterns that go on here. Onto the Triceratops. Oh, that one didn't go on straight. I'll try again. Here we go. Okay, still not straight, but better than how I had it. Yeah, it was quite wonky before. Then it looks like these ones have to go kind of like this way up. So sort of like this. Yeah, so doesn't look too bad. And then this is for the other side. Go here. Stick that on like that. Oop, his leg moved. I'm just been really careful because I'm scared that if I move his leg too much, it'll just fall apart. And then again, here. Good. So we have the legs almost done. I feel like this section of the saber-tooth tiger doesn't look finished. Like, it looks kind of like there should be more stuff there, but whatever. So we have some vents. And what else do we need to put on? We have those, we've done that. There's something that goes on his head, but I'm not sure what. There is, like, again, it's kind of hard to tell what is meant to go where because there's no instructions. I think that one must have to go on its head. I still have quite a few pieces, a few stickers left, but again, they don't really. There's no instruction as to where stuff goes. I'm just looking at the box and doing my best to try and work out what goes where. For example, there should be a nose. Where's the nose? There. Nose. Nose. Okay. Goes nicely on the saber-tooth tiger. Then these white ones have pieces that you can't really see, but if you can see, white ones go on as well. They go on up here. Okay, and this plastic is it has like the bits of plastic hanging off the side, so it kind of doesn't go on flat, which is a little bit frustrating. But yeah, and then I can't really see Anything else on this picture that says Ah, no, it broke again. Okay, that's that's what that does. Okay, there's this weird. I was looking at this one. I was like, where does that curve one go? But it goes on top, up here. And I think I've also worked out why I have one curved slope piece left. Okay, that's not straight. I think it's supposed to go on the arm up here. Oh, did I just... Oh, I just stuck it on backwards. It's on backwards. Whoops. Okay, so we just have to move it around to the front. Okay, like so. It's a little bit harder to put on this side. I'm going to take these off for now, so I can get this straight and get it curved around nicely. Okay, that doesn't look good at all. Maybe I have to line it up down the bottom instead. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. I was trying to line it up with the top of the cone of like his helmet, but it just doesn't stick on very nicely. But yeah, whatever, it's fine. Good enough, I'd say. But yeah, I realized that this piece must go on here somehow, like that. Yeah, and then there's this big chunky orange line that then wraps around this piece somehow. I'm kind of just making it up now because I'm not really sure how it's supposed to go, but pretty sure this is meant to go like this. Gonna stick him on there. Ah, no! Everything keeps breaking. Stick that on, then stick this back on to this very insecure section that doesn't even fit anymore. Why? Okay, now the rest of it is breaking, of course. Okay. Why does that not go on properly now? It should go like this, shouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now his head's fallen off. This is... How's he looking? What do you think? We've had the Megazord, right? I think so. And I think that's it. Like there is some... I've got like 2 or 3 more. Oh, no. I have to put the eyes on. Hang on. These are the eyes for the Triceratops. I definitely need to put those on. Where's my... that's all for the side. Okay, then we need to definitely put these on. Okay, so the eyes kind of go on this side like that. And then the other side. Yeah, I'm glad I noticed that. Okay, come on. This one's... Why did the first one went on so nicely, and now this one's been very, very finicky? You know, it would have been cool if they had instructions like to stick these on along the way rather than just not give any instruction whatsoever, because then this part would be much easier. Okay, then we have this kind of white stripe with the gold on it going down the middle of the Triceratops's head. Okay, this might be easy if I just pull his horn off. enough. And then it says there's one something white, like a white. You can't really see. Oh, there. There's like you can't really see it, but there's a white triangle there that's meant to go on his front, right on the front of his nose, or his mouth, I should say. Like so. And then there's like fancy white lines that look like they go around the side of him. These are going to be a pain in the ass to put on, I can already tell. These ones. So maybe I'll just try one just for the lols. But it looks like that. It's meant to go around like his, I guess around here. Okay. Okay, like that. Oh, that wasn't too bad. And the other side. Quite high up on there. Ah, the head. Ah, the foot. So fragile. I've got like my tongue sticking out because I'm concentrating so hard to get these last two decals on. Okay. Good. Then I think that's it. There are some more, but I can't work out where they go. But yeah, here is the Megazord. After 2 hours of building it, or maybe I think an hour and 45 minutes because we started 15 minutes early. But here he is. And yeah, I mean, he is. Oh, we need to put the horn back on. He is what he is. He's a cheap Lego knockoff. I would not suggest buying him. I don't think. I mean, it was fun building him. Like building him was fun, but this last section, putting him to pieces, is not great. He feels very flimsy, like he could fall apart any second. The Rangers also feel very cheap and flimsy. They're so light, like they don't. There's no weight to them whatsoever. Stuff like that happens. Like the sword doesn't stick on properly. It's I don't know. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm not going to build the Dragonzord tonight because this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But yeah, I mean, if you tuned into the stream, thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the bits you saw. I'm sure you probably haven't watched the full 2 hours. But yeah, like I just wanted to try out streaming because I've not done it really on this channel before. I think I did it once with some other. Hang on, I'm just trying to do what I do on the videos and get you a close up. Yeah, I just wanted to see, what it's like because I'm trying to just do different things on the channel to try and get more viewers in and more subscribers. And